Scottish Rob says, thoughts of culling a collection due to an outbreak of IBD. Really freaking out about one that may have it, says the vet. Swab tests upcoming soon.
So first off, don't ever think about calling anything until you know for sure, right?
Yeah.
And you can do, I believe there is now, I don't know about the swab test you're talking about. I've never had IBD in my collection. I knew a lot about it. Of course, Elliot Jacobson is one that wrote the book on IBD, and it was called Inclusion Body Disease. If there is a swab test for it now, don't call anything till you swab everything, right? You know what I mean? Only call the animals that come back positive. But if they come back positive, you probably, the best thing you can do for you, your animals, and your future is to call them. Euthanize them humanely.
Yeah.
Because there's no cure, and it will wipe out every single animal in your collection if you have any vector that transports anything.
Yeah.
So if you get a mite outbreak, you're done. Your collection is going to be over. So be very careful. IBD is very important. But let me just say this before you freak out. A lot of vets don't know what they're talking about.
That's right.
And if you took a spider ball python that had a wobble to a vet, I bet you 9 out of 10 vets would tell you it's IBD, right? So there's a lot of jaguar carpet pythons. There's sometimes other ball pythons, and jaguar carpets, and there's a lot of scoria boas. As a matter of fact, scoria boas, when they were first produced, a lot of people thought that they had IBD and that they almost destroyed the entire colony. And then ultimately they realized that they just had a neurological wobble to them. Okay, so before you freak out, make sure they have IBD, because your vet may be thinking it's IBD and it may not be IBD. A friend of mine who is a dog and cat vet always said that the only thing that's worse than a vet that doesn't know anything about reptiles is a vet that knows a little bit about reptiles, because what their little bit they know is it's IBD, it's cryptosporidia, it's this, it's you know what I mean, it's nidovirus.
Yeah, and they're very confident with that little information.
Yeah, because they know, well, if there's a problem, it's one of these 3 things.
Yeah.
When it could be one of 100 things, but they don't know enough about reptiles to give you the right answers.
Yep.
So IBD is, I've literally been told by people that have bought animals from me that I took my animal to the vet and it has IBD, and I said, you get a test for IBD, and if it comes back, I will not only pay all of your vet bills, but I'll do whatever you want to do and give your money back, everything else. Every single time there was a test, it came back negative, because I know I've never had IBD. Never. I've had a lot of problems in my collections over the last 33 years. One of them has never been IBD. Thankfully, I've never had IBD. So, but I've had dozens of times people tell me that they got a snake that got IBD from me, and it's always turned out to not be the case. And it's always just misinformation from a vet. So don't stress out yet, but do your due diligence.
Damn, son.
Can we rail this in?